That's a
Yeah,
small criticism, though. But I still give it. I kind of liked it. I'll give it half a thumbs up. I didn't really like it, but so a little bit more about this angle. That right after the match, Damian was looking for Dominic in the back, and he asks Finn about it if he knew, and he didn't. Finn says he didn't know. So this will come back later on, but you know what? Let's just jump to that right now. Let's jump to Damian and Gunther as the next angle that we're gonna cover. So let me see. Gunther and Damian. That was the second to final match of the night. So this was right before Solo and Roman and Cody, that whole thing. So here comes Gunther, and Damian's going out there with a heavy heart after Rhea has lost her chance to regain the women's title. So he's there with the men's world heavyweight title. And I'm not going to show much of this match. Hard-hitting match, obviously. Two big guys. They were throwing each other around. Gunther had his chest split open, but it looked like he was already kind of split open before the night started, because I guess that's just what he does. He just goes around having chest slapping contests in real life. That's how he gets his chest so steel, chest of steel. But anyway, so when Gunther looked like he was going to win, Finn Balor came out to rile up Damian, and be his hype man or whatever, try to get him
cheerleader.
Get him motivated, and it kind of worked for a second because Gunther kicked Finn, and then Finn, fell on the outside, and then Damian got pissed, so the power of friendship here, and here he is ripping, taking down his sleeves, and he gives him the razor's edge and a South of Heaven choke slam, and then he was gonna pin him, and then Finn Balor was there to do the betrayal and put Gunther's foot on the rope. And Damian didn't see it at first, but here's Finn. I guess it was a little tough for him. Okay, this was not easy. These guys have been friends for a long time, but it was time for this to end, as Vlad will, I'm sure, talk about in a second. But here's Here's Damian looking at the big screen to see what happened, and he sees Finn, and he's pissed off. And let's see some of these facial expressions. This was wrestling acting at its finest. Here's Finn Balor. Turning around to show, fuck you, with his eyes, pure hatred in his eyes. And Gunther gets the choke on Damian. It looked like it was going to be the end here, but Damian gets out of it, and here's Finn Balor staring at Damian, staring at him, waiting for the life to get choked out of him. And Damian actually gets out of this and is able to get to Finn Balor and goozle him and choke, get his hands around his neck. But no, that was the last thing he was able to do, as Gunther gets him from behind in another choke, and that's the end. And this is the beginning of the Gunther era. So Finn Balor does it. He finally pulls the plug on poor old Judgment Day. That people have been waiting for this for months, that it's been teased. That Judgment Day has been teased to break up since it fucking started. And now it's finally over. Dominic betrayed Rhea, Finn betrayed Damian, so we're going to see how it all really shakes out on Monday, because some people are saying the group's maybe not done, but we'll see about that. And Gunther's a world champion, too. All right, let me get the clock back up on the screen. I'll start with Vlad this time. You want to do a review of the match, Gunther versus Damian Priest?
Yeah, of course. I thought this was a
2 thumbs up for you?
Two thumbs up match. I love this match, honestly. I mean, I love most of Gunther's matches. I don't know. Some people actually find him boring or something, or some of his match. I don't understand. I'm
Really?
just flabbergasted by that. I don't know if those are just AEW fans that don't understand what wrestling is supposed to be all about, but this was a tremendous match. Hard hitting, stiff. Now, to be fair, I wouldn't want to be in a match like this if I was a wrestler, but I would want to watch it as a fan. And this was really enjoyable to me. The hard-hitting action, the stiffness, just great job by both guys putting on a very, very solid and entertaining match. As far as the other swerve and the end of Judgment Day, I mean, I felt it was necessary just to further both Damian Priest and obviously to further Gunther as the champion. That goes without saying. But just Damian, because he was stuck in a group that didn't really matter anymore. It really wasn't helping him to be in this group anymore. So it was for the good of his character and his future to kind of be away from that. And I mean, he might feud with them now or whatever's left of the. I'm assuming there will be a group of some sorts, maybe with Dom and Liv and Finn and I guess Carlito and JD. I'm assuming that will be the
that could be a group.
That will be a group most likely. But Damian needs to just develop his mic skills, develop his character a bit. Because he's right there. He has all the tools. Great look, big, strong guy.
He's just in a group of flunkies.
He it was in a group that wasn't really doing much of anything. It was just like a lot of dumb stuff on Raw that I would usually try to forward through. So anyways, again, I don't want to go too much over the 2-minute mark, but this was a great match. And hopefully this will help Damian. And I know it will help Gunther in the long run. So yeah, 2 thumbs up for me.
All right, well, let's do Robert's turn. Robert, go ahead. Let's hear your review of Gunther versus Damian Priest and the end of Judgment Day as we know it.
Yes. So I gave this 2 thumbs up. This was an awesome match. Probably the best of the night.
Interesting.
Yeah, so Gunther, I've pretty much all of his matches to me are enjoyable. And as far as Damian Priest goes, I've seen some really good matches from him back when he was still in NXT, but this is probably my favorite of his in his main roster run. So kudos to him as well. It takes 2 to tango, and this was a great match. And I just, regarding Damian Priest, I just wish his title reign started after not being with Judgment Day anymore, because I feel like being the leader of Judgment Day kind of tainted his reign, right? Because it didn't make sense that the leader of such a dysfunctional group that almost always loses is also the world heavyweight champion. It didn't make sense to me. It wasn't a good look for WWE to put the title on him when he was the leader of Judgment Day. So it would have been better if he had left Judgment Day or got kicked out or whatever, was betrayed, and then won the championship. But anyways, he's seemingly out of that group now. We'll see what happens with Judgment Day. I also like this for Finn Balor, because for me, I don't see him as the type of guy that's just a lackey in whatever group he's part of. He's more of a shot caller type as well. In fact, he's the actual leader of the real original Bullet Club in New Japan. He started Bullet Club. So it was actually him. Yeah.
Interesting fact. Okay.
We'll see what happens with Finn Balor. But I think this is good for both Damian Priest and Finn Balor too. So we'll see where it goes from there.
Yeah, Judgment Day was a weird group. They were kind of serious sometimes. They were given championships, but then they were kind of really silly sometimes. And I don't know. I think it's time. It's definitely past time that they're done. Let's see how it progresses from here. But yeah, this match, this had to be 2 thumbs up. These 2 big guys, they were giving it a good fucking amount of effort, and the way they were throwing themselves around too, and how Gunther has progressed from being like a big fat guy to a guy who's taking like these suplexes that look freaking amazing. I can't say anything bad about the match. So good job from them. We'll see how Damian Priest progresses.